This chapter is probably the most important chapter of the whole course. Now, strangely, it's not actually about list building. Um, this is really about what happens after you build your list. But I thought I would include it as it's just so important. It's the most important thing. It's the most important aspect about your list. If you don't build a relationship, you might as well not bother. How you build your relationship with your list is via communication. Now, you do this by various different methods. I'll show you one later on in this presentation. However, the best way I find of doing it is introducing yourself to your customers. Tell them about your business, tell them anecdotes, tell them stories about your life. Share problems. If you're having problems, I can bet they're having problems. One of my most successful emails ever, which we'll look at in a minute, was about a problem I had, why I couldn't sleep. I got an email from a marketer selling a course, and the whole email talked about how he ran out of petrol down a country lane and had to walk for 4 or 5 miles before he could get back to somewhere to stay for the night because it was raining, and it was just a fascinating story, and I wanted to know more. So build your relationship by just opening up your life a little bit to your subscribers. And by doing that, you're going to get your subscribers to relate to you. Once they start to relate to you, they'll open more of your emails, they'll buy more of your products, and they'll follow more of your recommendations. One big thing I need to tell you, though, that communication is not about selling. If you're selling to people, you're not communicating with them properly. So try and do as little selling as possible within your emails. Send them to blog posts, send them to videos, include a link. If you'd like to know more, go here. Don't spend the whole email trying to sell a product. Once you have built a good relationship, after you've sent 4 or 5 or 6 really good emails and introduced yourself to the subscribers, then yes, you can start maybe selling a little. But these marketers who send out offer after offer after offer after offer, they're doing something fundamentally wrong. The unsubscribe rate on my list is very, very low. I do get 1 or 2, whenever I send an email out, I will get 1 or 2 people unsubscribe. I think the maximum was about 5, something like that, at any one time. Now, I know marketers who are getting 200, 300 people unsubscribe when they're sending emails out because they're just promoting the same stuff that everyone else is promoting. So don't do that. And try and bear in mind that if you're selling, you're not really communicating effectively. This is something that I've mentioned elsewhere in the course, and I'll mention it again. Your relationship with your subscriber is the asset. The list itself is not an asset. You can have 100,000 people on a list, and if they're tired of hearing from you because you're promoting all the time, it's not an asset. If you have a list of 150 people and you have a good relationship with them, then that is your asset. People buy from people they like. If you're walking down the street and someone comes up to you and tries to sell you something, if you don't know them and don't like them, you're unlikely to buy. People don't really buy from strangers. So what we need to do is provide quality information. Give tips, give advice. Also, whilst doing that, let people know about your core beliefs and your values. Let them know if you're a family man. Let them know if you're big into sports. And the people who you relate to most will share some of your beliefs and values. they'll be from the same tribe as you. If you were doing local marketing in, say, Vancouver, and you talked about your love of the local ice hockey team, then the people in that town who like ice hockey will more readily listen to you than somebody who has got no interest in ice hockey. It's worth getting to know who your subscribers are as well, what their demographics are, where they're from, what motivates them. This is an email I sent out, and this is just to show you the format of how I format my emails. You'll notice there's lots of white space, and the links are spread through the email. This was quite a long email, and we'll look at it again a little bit more depth in a moment, as I said. But you'll see each paragraph is no longer than 3 lines, and I keep them short. I keep lots of gaps between them, so they actually look. It looks quite inviting. It's not just huge blocks of text, because people look at huge blocks of text and go, "Oh, I can't be bothered reading it." But if it's short and snappy, they can just read a paragraph just by glancing at it. And you'll notice at the top, I've got my name in square brackets. Whenever I send an email out, I always put my name up there, because then they know it's from me, and they're more likely to open it, rather than thinking it's just some spam that's come out. Once you've built your relationship, you can always stick your name there, because people are waiting for emails from you. I get emails from people saying, "Oh, I was wondering why you hadn't emailed me recently. Is everything okay?" So that's a good relationship to have. And then you see a snappy header. We'll look at that more in depth in a couple of minutes. Right, so this is the basic email. And what I did here was I talked about how I used to lay awake at night being scared that my AdSense account would close down, because it was my only source of income at the time. And so I just told people that story, and I put a link to a video about it. And so in the video I talked about it and talked a little bit more, but I gave them the outline in the email. Now you see it a little bit in red at the bottom. This is a really good device for getting people to look forward to your next email. So what I've done, I'll read the paragraph above it. At that time, the income from AdSense was paying for our food and most of our rent. Losing it would have been a major setback, to say the least. Then I've injected this one paragraph. As it happened, the income from AdSense quickly became irrelevant thanks to 2 simple 400-word articles. But more of that in my next email. And then I continue the email. Now that paragraph wouldn't normally have been read. It'd just be the exact same text. But what that does is, it's a bit of a hook. It's something that was developed by Andre Chaperon. It's called the soap opera sequence. And it's just like all the soap operas you watch on TV. They always finish on a cliffhanger. And he's got other little pieces called open loops and closed loops. Very, very technical. But this should get you going and keeping people waiting for your emails. Now I mentioned that they have a snappy header, I think I said. If you have a good title in email, you're going to get more opens. So on this page you can see I've got 6 different titles. The ones on the left are what I would call good ones. So why you don't need Google anymore. That's one I've used recently. Don't let this happen to you. Curiosity. Why 99% of people get affiliate marketing wrong. Once again, curiosity. Please, please, please avoid the ones on the right. Your payment is ready. I've got loads of those and they just go straight in the spam bin. Not interested anymore. Indicates that it's part of a conversation. Well, it's just the first email, so it shouldn't be there. The other one is your affiliate payment. And then they go on to talk about something else. And the one at the bottom is one I received about 2 or 3 months ago. And I've never looked at one email from the marketer that sent it out. And I'll never subscribe to any of his lists. Just because the header said, $97 has been paid to your PayPal account. So I opened the email and it said, wouldn't you like to receive emails like this every day? And sorry, not interested. I just really don't like these types of spam titles, so please don't use them. In a moment, I'm going to look at a video that I've done of a series of emails I received from a marketer, and he sort of got it very wrong. He started off really well, but then he's just started sending way too many emails, and the emails weren't structured, and there was no plan to them. So before I do that, I just want to have a quick mention about this. This is autorespondermadness.net. This is a product written by Andre Chaperon. It is, without a doubt, the best product about writing emails that you'll find anywhere today. I don't know if you can see on the right hand side, one of his testimonials is from Ryan Dice, who says, seriously, it's the best course I've gone through all year. I'm only on day 9. Ryan's absolutely 100% true there. It's a 6-week email training course, and each week, each few days, you get an email from Andre talking about how to communicate with your list. It's great having a list, but if you can't communicate with them, then you're pretty much wasting time. So pop along to autorespondermadness.net, have a look at it. It won't be for everyone, but for some people it will completely change your email marketing. I can't recommend it highly enough. If you do go there and you do buy it, drop me an email and we'll set up a half hour, an hour one-to-one Skype chat, and I'll go through how I use it and how I build lists, and I'll actually take you through my whole list building system if you want. That's just an offer there if you like it. I don't normally promote stuff, but this really is something very special. And I've got members of WordPress Goldmine, my forum, who have bought it, and not one of them has anything bad to say about it. And it's really, really working some pretty strong miracles with some of their marketing. So anyway, onwards. Now I'm going to show you a video of a series of emails I got that were almost right, but in the end quite wrong. In this part of the course, I want to look at an email sequence, and it's what I call the good, the bad, and the ugly. I bought a WSO from Jay Boyer recently, who's one of the most prolific WSO producers around at the moment. He's only been in IM just about 1.5 years. And I bought this, you can see here, I bought this WSO about, let me just adjust this for you. I bought this WSO that was about the Warrior Plus system to see if I could learn anything I didn't already know. And that was on June the 12th. Now, I immediately got an email from them, and this is what I call the good. It's a really good introductory email telling me all about him. And so he's starting to build a relationship here with me, which was absolutely brilliant. Love it. It was really good start. Now, if I go back, so that was June the 12th. Same day, which was, let me have a look, I bought this at 12:21 a.m. So I got that 12:23. 5 hours later, I got an email from him about a Kindle publishing. Well, I'm not interested in Kindle publishing, so that wasn't very useful. And then there's another one here. I got another email at 3:37 p.m. So about 15 hours later, still on the same day, talking about the live training for the WSO that I bought. Perfect. So that ties in. The two emails in the middle, the email in the middle, really bad idea. Hit me up for a Kindle publishing webinar replay the minute I've virtually the minute I've actually purchased something. So that was, and then we had a fifth email on a Sunday, which was about the WSO that I purchased and the training again. So that was a bit strange, having that came out 5 minutes after the one before. So on the first day I got 5 emails from him. Next day I picked up another 3. June the 13th I got 3. One at 12:32, one at 2:03, and one at 11:49. So in the space of 12 hours I got 3 WSOs. One was a gift, which actually turned out to be, I think that was an affiliate link in there. I got something about offline marketing. Not something I'm interested in. I've got no interest in it whatsoever. Next was a new WSO. Okay, so at this point I'm starting to think, bloody hell, does this guy ever sleep? Then we got next day, June the 14th. We got one email then. That's better. That was about live training for offline client. So I've got no interest in offline client. So this is the problem you get when you don't segment your lists. Now, if he sent me an email saying, "Hey, look, I know you bought the Warrior Plus treasure map. If you happen to be interested in offline marketing as well, please subscribe to this list, or please indicate your interest here." So I shouldn't have been getting, if he'd done that, I wouldn't be getting all these offline emails and thinking, this guy's really starting to annoy me now. So June the 15th, offline client. June the 15th, another email. June 16th, replay of the offline client. June the 17th, new WSO. Now, I actually really like what some of the stuff that Jay produces, but these constant emails are really putting me off. So I'm probably going to unsubscribe from his list, which is a bit of a shame because I'm not going to see all the WSOs he's coming. So he's going to lose me as a client, simply due to the fact that he's sending so many emails. Then we've got some other 18th, 20th, 21st, and 24th. So he's added a little bit of a gap here, but there's still 4 emails in a few days, and I got 2 today. Oh, sorry, 1 last night and 1 today. 1 today is a WSO, and all the rest of these contained affiliate links of some kind or another. So if you can see what I'm getting at here, he started off really well, sending me a really good email, introducing himself. I thought, this is a nice guy, I can relate to him, he's got kids, he started out a year ago, etc. And lots of his stuff was similar to me, so we immediately had a bit of a bond. But then, by not segmenting out, or by not asking me if I would like to receive emails on Kindle Publishing, the way I would have done this would be, in the introductory email, I would have had a link at the bottom that, look, I've got some great resources for offline marketing. If you're interested, please go here. Or send them to my blog, where they can sign up for a list on offline marketing, etc., etc. And then it further started to go wrong with the constant emails offering affiliate products, or with affiliate marketing. And in between the affiliate marketing, he's got his own products. You really should try and stick to one sort of area. If you're creating a lot of products, and Jay's creating a huge amount of products, I think there's 4 WSOs in 2 weeks there. So he's really productive. He's bringing out WSO after WSO. Just focus on that. Leave that as your core business. Between the WSOs, if you feel the need to email people, do it. But email them advice. Warm them up for the next WSO. Warm them up for the next WSO. Tell them what you're working on. Now, a lot of the people who will have bought this course knew a week ago it was coming, because I sent you out some content, so it warmed you up. You're aware that it was coming. Didn't email anything in between, because I just want you focused on my products. I sound selfish, and I'm also a bit aware I sound like I'm going to a bit of a rant against Jay. I'm not. I'm just trying to use him as an example of a good thing to do, and then probably how it's sort of gone slightly wrong. He probably earns way more money from WSOs than I do, so probably I shouldn't really criticise too much, but I think he can actually do it much, much better and get a much better relationship with his list, and he probably won't burn off his list so quickly. I actually hadn't opened most of these until just now when I was preparing for this. You can see I still haven't opened quite a few of them, and that's the reason why, because there's so much constant emails from him. And if I wasn't going to be doing this course and I knew I was going to use this as an example, I would have probably unsubscribed a long time ago. Okay, so what to pick up there is segment your lists. If you've got widely varying products, make sure you tell the people your main list about it, and then get them to go off and sign up for those. So the only people I'll really be emailing about the product is the people who've indicated that they're interested in it. I'll mention it in passing that it's live to the rest of the clients, but for the people who have said yes they're interested, they're going to get the first notice of it. They'll know when it's going live, and they'll get the best possible offer on it. So that's it. A little bit of thought, and I hope that made sense to you. Sorry I went off on a bit of a rant. It wasn't meant to be a rant, but it was a little bit strange. Okay, thanks a lot. Bye.